As I depart Kenya after half a decade of service as the U.S. Ambassador, I want to extend my profound appreciation to the Kenyan people for their hospitality and for their friendship. I thank the Kenyan government and its leaders for their constructive engagement with me, and I am delighted to be followed by such a worthy successor, Ambassador Scott Gratian. I leave with an enormous respect for the wisdom of the Kenyan people and for your determination to achieve the new dawn promised by the Constitution. On behalf of my government, and with the strong support of President Bush and then President Barack Obama, I work to help resolve the post-election crisis, to support the constitutional review process, to empower the youth, and to promote reform and reconciliation. During my tenure, there has been an unprecedented expansion of the partnership between the United States and Kenya, which has increased fivefold during the past 5 years and now amounts to over $3 billion in resource flows from the United States to Kenya annually. I was fortunate to have the support of a wonderful team at the U.S. Mission. I am proud of the role I played, but mindful that you, the Kenyan people, have been and must continue to be the driving force for change. The agenda for change cannot and should not be imposed from the outside. I depart in the knowledge that a process of profound change is underway in Kenya. Attitudes and institutions are being transformed as Kenyans increasingly realize that they must put their country first, because the well-being of each individual and community is linked to the well-being of all. Hollow political rhetoric resonates less than it once did, and people are increasingly questioning those who claim to be or aspire to be leaders. Fundamental reform and change are essential to ensure the future democratic stability and prosperity of Kenya. I am confident that you will achieve this, but I am also fully appreciative of the serious challenges you face. Powerful political forces are struggling to maintain the status quo, despite the fact that the Kenyan people have made clear that they want to move their country forward by putting in place transparent, honest governance and by ensuring that only the most reputable persons are appointed to key positions. Indeed, a struggle is underway for the heart and soul of the nation. The necessary reform and change, including full implementation of the letter and spirit of the Constitution, cannot be achieved without the responsible, intensive, peaceful participation of you, the Kenyan people. A heavy responsibility falls on the Kenyan people and on their leaders to work together to end impunity, to counter negative ethnicity, and to promote national healing and reconciliation. Seize this transformational moment to bring about fundamental reform through the democratic process. Hold leaders accountable. Make clear that enough is enough. Reject hate speech. Insist on the prosecution and imprisonment of those found guilty. The United States government will continue to speak out forthrightly and to provide strong support for your efforts, including in the search for truth and justice. Politicians who claim to control their communities and to speak for them are presumptuous, and individuals must carry their own burdens. I am greatly encouraged that youth are increasingly working across ethnic, political, and social lines to promote their common interest, to secure a better future. Young people are more than ever aware of the realities of their country and of their rights. They are increasingly determined not to be manipulated politically. The U.S. government is deeply committed to continued support for the empowerment of the youth in Kenya. We will continue to implement the Yes Youth Can program and to work closely with the National Youth Forum and others to achieve this. As I have traveled throughout Kenya, I have interacted with many of you through town hall forums and in other encounters. Many times, Wananchi have greeted me on the streets or in shops or called out as I drove by with the refrain, "We're behind you 100%. And always, I looked at them and I said, "No, I'm behind you 100%. Because it is you who must deliver the reforms in Kenya." Your national anthem is a prayer to unity and hope. I urge you to fulfill the promise of this great nation. I know that many of you would have wished for a longer, more drawn-out farewell, but emotions run high, and I thought it a relatively quick and simple departure best. Many enriching experiences and magical moments color my recollections of the time I've spent in your wonderful country. I am deeply honored and humbled to have been made an elder by many communities. I have learned a great deal, and I have come tremendously to respect your culture and traditions. For reasons both personal and professional, Kenya will always occupy a very special place in my heart and mind. The roots I put down will not be severed. I wish the Kenyan people a bright future.